Hey everybody,
Good morning.
we got a new adventure for you today. We couldn't leave the Pineville area without at least trying to find a waterfall. Uh, we've seen about everything you could want to see while we've been here, but the one thing that we've missed is catching a good waterfall. So we are at the Bad Branch State Nature Preserve. It's in Letcher County, Kentucky. It's about a little over an hour to the east of Pineville. But we are gonna hike the trail. It's my understanding that there's water on this falls.
Almost always.
Yeah, almost all year long, and it's also one of the taller waterfalls in the area. I believe it's 60 feet, so should be pretty awesome. So stay with us, and if there's anything interesting along the trail, we'll show you as we go. But stay with us. So according to the sign here, it looks like it's 1.2 miles to the waterfall. Not sure what the elevation is going to be, but it could be 1.2 miles going straight up. I checked the elevation, and it is like 1,812 feet in the parking area. So it'll be interesting to see like how high we have to go. I'm really hoping it's not the 400 feet in elevation change that we had when we went to Powderhorn Arch. There is a sign-in box if you come here, so sign in if you come visit this waterfall. But we're off on the trail, and we'll show you what we see as we move along. Looks like the trees are pretty well flared with these little bird markers. So it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to follow all the way. So as you come up on the trail, up on the left-hand side, you see this little rock outcrop, and sure enough, there's a little cave, and they put this metal plate in front of it, I guess, to keep people out. I don't know if they're using this to protect the bats here, but clearly they're trying to keep people out. So that's a shame, because I'd like to see what's in there, but maybe they'll open it up someday. Oh well. Caught more rhododendron in bloom right along the trail. Gotta love it. So down the trail kind of winds you around back to the creek, and we saw this huge rock on the edge of the creek, and it has this massive tree growing out of the top of it. But there's the base of the tree and the root structure growing out of the top of the rock. How crazy. Now the great thing is that this creek has got some pretty good movement on it. So it tells me that the falls should be flowing pretty good when we get up there. So when we get closer, we'll show you the falls. You might not be able to see this in the video, but the water flowing through here is so clear. You can see little fish swimming around in it. I mean, it's super clear. I mean, this has to be some of the cleanest water I've seen in a long time. As we continue to follow the trail, which basically goes parallel to the creek, we keep seeing lots of different cascades all the way up. It's just an absolutely beautiful hike, and haven't seen another person out here. So we saw this little cascade going down, and looks like it's got like a little devil's bathtub type indention right there where the water comes down. Pretty neat. So we noticed, like on the opposite side of the creek bed, that there could be a possible arch site here. It kind of looks like like the shape of Bear Arch a little bit that we saw in our previous adventure. However, I don't know if there's an opening back underneath that shelter right there. And fortunately, we don't have the time to go over there and check it out, but I'm at least going to mark it if anybody else wants to go check it out. It could be another arch here in Letcher County. So right next to the trail, another huge rock, another major tree growing right out of the top of it. Almost looks like an oak tree, but See how big this rock is? And the tree roots growing right out of the top of it. Big, massive tree. So crazy. So right along the trail, we noticed this big hole that goes down in between the rocks. This is probably what would be considered a false arch, but there's an opening that goes down there that we could probably get to if we went down to the base of this rock. And this rock is pretty big, and its neighbor next to it is huge. But I think it's probably just a false arch, but still pretty neat. You can see light through it, plain as day. Yeah, this huge rock along the creek bed is really, really cool. It's massive. And all along the trail, the further deep you get these big rock formations. And they're on both sides of the creek. So you're basically going through a great big rocky gorge area on the way to the waterfall. But it's a really pretty, really awesome hike. I will say this, the trail's got a lot of rocks and a lot of tree roots. So gotta be careful, watch your footing. You probably could wear gym shoes, but I'd say if you have any odds of wanting to get wet near the falls, wear you some waterproof boots for this hike. So the trail's been pretty well marked between the owl markers and different signage along the way, but here's where a trail split is. The hike to the falls goes to the right, and if you're going to High Rock, you go up. That's a much longer hike, and we are not doing that one today. So this trail comes by this great big massive rock. This thing is huge. Okay, just goes right on by it. Very interesting. So the trail comes around and it takes you over this little metal bridge. And right here's the waterway that's coming down from the falls. Can't see or hear anything yet, but we're about a quarter mile away from it, so we'll show it to you soon. So from where the little bridge is that goes over the top of the creek, right from there, you start going up steps and a pretty healthy incline. You come up to this area and there's another sign there that says trails. But we're getting really close to where the falls are, so we'll show you when we get there. But so far, absolutely awesome hike. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. So right along the trail up to the falls, it's another little false arch right here. It's not a solid piece of rock and it hasn't eroded through, but the rocks are just like sitting in a way. There's an opening in between them. So it's a false arch, but still pretty neat to see. So the last quarter mile of the hike is full of little small scrambles and steps and rock faces, but we're almost to the waterfall now. We can hear it. We just haven't seen it yet, so we'll show you here shortly. So we've made it to Bad Branch Falls, and we're working our way down the path because we're going down to the base of it. So I wanted to show you these huge rocks in the canyon wall that comes up to the base of Bad Branch Falls. And here is the waterfall. So, what do you think about Bad Branch Falls, Jeannie?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
60 feet tall. Definitely worth this hike back here.
Absolutely.
And the most amazing thing of it is, we have it all to ourselves.
Nobody's here. Nobody. It's awesome.
On this 90-degree day, this hike was pretty hot. So be smart, and if you hike this trail, pack your swimsuit because you could go right under the falls. So this area where the waterfall is, it's almost like otherworldly. I mean, it's got the big canyon wall here and all kinds of huge rocks down this slope. I mean, it's pretty easy to get down here, and you can get right to the base of the falls, but it's just a really interesting, very cool area to hike in. If this rock wall had a fist, this would be it. So on the way out from the waterfall, we saw this coming in, but we decided we were going to wait and do this on the way out, only because we were anxious to get to the waterfall and go see it. But since we've been there, we saw this like kind of little fat man squeeze, like in between the rocks. I don't know if it's really a fat man squeeze or not. It's like, I mean, it looks like I can get through here pretty well with my pack. Well, I don't know. This comes to a dead end and goes to a hole going down. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to crawl through that. So that's where this path is going to end. But it's kind of neat. It's like a little squeeze with these two major rocks. So we came up the mountain road past the Bad Branch Falls Nature Preserve, and as we're coming back down the mountain, we started seeing some overlooks, so we decided to stop and check it out. So surprise, not the end of the adventure, but this is the Falcon Overlook, and check this out. This is almost like the foundation of an old house because there's a chimney there, and there's a gated area with a bunch of locks on it, but wow. Look at this view. Absolutely stunning. So a stone's throw from the Falcon Overlook, we saw like another pullout, and this thing kind of looked like an old cabin, or like the frame of it, and it's got like a fireplace on the inside, and it too has pretty incredible overlook right here. You could see for days. So right past the cabin, Jeannie found a little trail that goes down from where the overlook, where the fence and the locks of love are. And so we decided to just come down and check out and see where it comes out at. Because, you know, curiosity killed the cat.
Looks like they party here, for sure.
Well, looks like a...
It looks like they party here.
Looks like a rock outcropping. View's kind of obstructed through these trees. Definitely better up above, but still beautiful.
Is that a win? That's a win.
So we came down the mountain a little bit further and found yet another overlook. This is called the Hog Overlook, and this might be the best of them all because it's not got any obstructed views at all. And look at that view. Absolutely stunning. Hey everybody.
Hi.
So we just got done with our hike. Jeannie, what did you think of the falls?
Oh, they were the best. I think, yes, they were the best thing ever. They were cool. It was gorgeous. You could just sat back there. Like if we didn't have to be anywhere, drive home or anything, we could have sat back there for hours. It was that nice.
Yeah, we were probably at the waterfall for probably at least an hour, and we
had
met
it to ourselves.
We had it to ourselves for a while, and then we met a fellow adventurer. His name is Doug Flynn, who has a TikTok channel. So if you're out there looking,
Wynn, W-Y-N-N.
Doug Wynn, W-Y-N-N, find him, because this guy goes everywhere. It's like he's been all over the United States, and he's even hiked even more than we have. But we were trading our hiking stories, and we were having a pretty good time in the falls. It's like, and plus the spray coming off the falls was just keeping the whole area nice and cool, even though it's probably close to 90 right now. It's pretty hot, but back there by the waterfall,
Couldn't feel it.
nah, I couldn't feel it at all. It felt amazing. It was absolutely awesome. Probably my favorite waterfall that I've ever been to. And we've been to a bunch. So that's really saying something. But that's going to do it for this adventure. As always, get out and hike. Have a great week, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the adventure. And if you did, please give us a like and subscribe. Thank you.